Good. Well, today is Thursday, April 10th, 2025. Show day for Friday the 11th. All right, let's go. Well, no setups going into tomorrow. To see the rest of the video, we'll talk about a couple of these. AXS and DB look like they're in trouble. But for now, let's just hold off on new positions. Bump your stop on AGI, moving nicely in our favor. We'll get to this in just 1 second. Obviously, an okay day in the portfolio. If you felt like you really had to do something, this AXS looks like it's in trouble. These insurance stocks at high levels like UNM would be another one. I prefer if they had more than one or two down days in this. Now that's a rule on the on the long side that I sort of stick to by not taking trades with just one or two big days in the uptrend. However, in the short side, shorts can work when they begin to break down quickly with just 1 or 2 days down. But for now, let's not take any new positions. Again, if you wanted to do something, one is insurance stocks. We'll get to the sectors in a second, but the insurance stocks, kind of like this, these stocks are kind of showing here, banged out new highs not that long ago and then have begun to break down. Let's take a look at the portfolio real quick, and then we'll flesh out that sector action. AGI, not a bad day there, closing at all-time highs as a trend guy. I'm not going to argue with that. Obviously, take partial profits if ordered, and of course, as usual, honor your stops. CCL turning back down, longer-term downtrend remaining intact there. This stock looks like it's in lots and lots of trouble. TPR turning back down too. Still looks like it could be in trouble. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a bit. First of all, let's take a look at the Ps. A lot of sectors, as you would expect, look like the overall market. So I'm going to try not to go through too many tonight. There's a few I want to show you, but obviously. So the Ps lap lower and sold off fairly hard. We covered up the worst levels inside day, but that's a crazy inside day, down 3.5%. The volatility just absolutely whacked. So to me, it looks like they want to come down here and at least challenge their recent lows. It's kind of hard to believe we'll just have a one and done and be done, and that's kind of how I felt yesterday. And then today is obviously no follow through to the upside, and look at the Nasdaq down 4%. So it's amazing. It just looks like a little bit of a down day, but when you look at the stats on it, it's just absolutely ludicrous. Anyway, Death Cross, as I've been saying here in the Nasdaq, I'll dig out some old videos and put it in a newsletter tomorrow. I've done some Death Cross stuff. If you get bored, you can go to my YouTube channel and check it out. But it's not the signal in and of itself. It's the magnitude of what can happen with any type of long-term trend following signal like that, or a TFM system, or any other type of trend following. Rusty 2000 selling off fairly hard, down 4% and change. Off its worst level, still selling off nonetheless. Insurance is one of those last of the Mohican type of stocks. You can see it was all-time highs and then recently broke down, now pulling back a little bit. Looks like it could be in the early phases of being in trouble. And I do want to try to go after the stocks that are still at fairly high levels on the short side as opposed to the ones in longer term downtrends. Again, like I said, most sectors look like the market itself. I'll just touch upon a couple things. Again, copper kind of pulling back at here. One of the last of the Mohicans broke down seriously. Gold, the commodity, though, still doing pretty good. Banging on new highs a little bit bigger. And gold stocks obviously following suit, breaking out the brand new high. So again, most sectors look like the market, and then best have just pulled back a little bit, remaining in downtrend. There's broker-dealer, biotechnology, not too far from these multi-year lows. Software, the list goes on and on. We'll take a look at the semis. You can see so far just pulling back, remaining in a downtrend. So again, most areas look like the market itself, and as I've been saying quite a bit, some of the areas that recently were doing okay, like insurance, and defense would be another one, right here at all-time highs, and then nope, imploded. And that's a danger of going after relative strength in a weak market. I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Everybody have a fantastic night. We'll talk tomorrow. Thank you so much.